Oh, Mom, I feel like I'm gonna vomit.
You okay, buddy?
No.
It sounded like the child said no.
Yeah, I think he's queasy.
Then this would probably be an appropriate time to care for the 6-year-old child.
They had participated in the ABC show Wife Swap when the Heene family aren't chasing storms. The show's website says, with grammatical incorrectness, they devote their time to scientific experiments that include looking for extraterrestrials and building a research-gathering flying saucer to send into the eye of the storm.
This little guy got inside of it. I thought he did anyway. According to Brad said he saw it. And they said he videotaped it. We watched it back, and sure enough, he got in. But obviously, he got out. So we don't know. He says he was hiding in the attic, and it's because I yelled at him. And I'm really sorry I yelled at him.
There's been rumors that this might be a big publicity stunt or a hoax. Please address that.
That's horrible. I mean, you know, after the crap we just went through, no.
He's scared because he yelled at me. That's why I went in the attic. If I heard chatting, I didn't want to come out really soon, or else he'll yell at me and I'd probably get in trouble.
Okay, I got people emailing me, calling me. They've got a lot of questions. And I don't know how to, quite frankly, answer any of them.
Generally, the best way to answer questions is by answering them as they arise.
I don't know how to, quite frankly, answer any of them other than I've got a box. And so later on tonight, 7:30, I want to meet you guys again. I can look these questions over, and then I can answer them, okay? Friends are telling me they're saying this and that. I have no idea what the news is saying. I'm not, I don't have a cable, so, okay?
Can we just ask you our questions now?
No, not at all. I want them in. Friend?
Stretch it out. So
Could you just say once and for all, was this some sort of publicity stunt? Was this a hoax? And will you talk to the police today?
Absolutely no hoax. I want your questions in the box. I'll get right back to you, okay?
Returning for a second swap are the incredible storm-chasing Heenes of Colorado. Storm season is over, but the Heenes still live a life of adventure.
And the next adventure might include a little trip to prison.
Mom Mayumi is devoted to helping her fringe scientist and inventor husband Richard build a flying saucer and hunt for UFOs.
Why entrust such a very large responsibility to such an unqualified agency as NASA, when the very capable Mr. Heene is at the beck and call of the United States to provide his fine scientific research?
As they hope to find evidence supporting their belief that all humans are descended from aliens. Mayumi also manages to take care of the 3 rough, tough Heene boys, who are completely out of this world.
And their father's completely out of his mind.
All I'm really here to say tonight is that we have made some significant progress in this investigation. Obviously, we are conducting interviews as we speak. We have been conducting interviews since noon. We've had investigators here as well as at the house. We're in the process of drafting and completing drafting and obtaining some search warrants. And we do anticipate at some point in the future there will be some criminal charges filed with regards to this incident. What those charges may be, as I stated yesterday, what we were looking at is Class 3 misdemeanor, which hardly seems serious enough given the circumstances. So what we're going to have to do is back up a little bit, retract, talk to the district attorney. We certainly want to talk to FAA officials and federal officials to see if perhaps there aren't additional federal charges that would be more appropriate in the circumstances than what we're able to do locally. So that said, I really don't have anything more to say. We're still working this very hard, and I anticipate that we'll be putting out some sort of a press release later today, simply announcing that we will have a press conference tomorrow.
Sure.
And hopefully by tomorrow we'll have some additional details. I don't know yet. I think we're going to have to wait and see how far this thing goes tonight and what develops. Okay?
At this point, it's a hoax.
Let me just say that we will have a press conference tomorrow and address these issues, but as I've said, we've made progress. I think I've said enough that you guys can read what's going on here without me making anything more formal until we can get the rest of the evidence collected, perform some more tests. We have a few things to do, but I think you get the gist on. I'm just going to call it off there and say we will have a press conference tomorrow morning sometime. Okay, thank you. Yes, he is. Both Mr. Heene and Mrs. Heene came here voluntarily. They are not under arrest. They're free to leave whenever they choose.
Talking to the sheriff's department just now to further things along, and we're doing well.
Okay, that's Richard Heene. Do we have the video? Can we put that up? Do we have Richard Heene leaving? There's some video of him getting in the car as we talk about this. And as you heard, we're going to get that queued up for you. This is all coming in just within the last couple of minutes. This is indeed breaking news happening in Colorado. As you heard what the sheriff says, let's play the video, and I'll just talk about this story a little bit. You know, we're expected to learn more within the next few hours, the sheriff said. He's saying, read between the lines. I don't have to tell you. You know, I'll just stop it there. This is Richard Heene and his wife leaving the sheriff's department tonight. The country really was transfixed on this Thursday by the sight of that silvery balloon floating through the sky in Colorado, believed to have that little boy there. Little boy, those are the parents who are leaving the sheriff's department tonight. He turned out to be safe at home. The 6-year-old's name is Falcon. He later told CNN that it was for a show. Everyone was confused by that.
Was there actually a single person that was confused by the child saying, "We did it for the show"?
That's what he was referring to. That's what he was referring to. And
what a loving father Mr. Heene is to continue on with his story while his son is violently ill, sitting within a few centimeters of him.
Later this week, the world watched riveted as a runaway helium balloon thought to be carrying a 6-year-old boy floated in the sky. Well, now a new twist in that case. A Colorado sheriff says he plans to file charges, criminal charges in fact, against the boy's father, Richard Heene, for filing a false police report. This as Heene continues to court the media. If there was any doubt the drama surrounding Richard Heene and this week's high-altitude balloon chase could get any more bizarre, this morning's brief news conference answered that.
I don't know how to, quite frankly, answer any of them other than I've got a box.
After earlier telling reporters to expect a big announcement, Heene instead said he'd return later to respond to written questions, but he did answer one.
Absolutely no hopes. I want your questions in the box.
Questions of whether the family made up the story about 6-year-old Falcon floating off in the makeshift aircraft Thursday gained traction after the boy was found hiding in the garage. That prompted Larimar County, Colorado investigators to re-interview both parents today.
We're just looking at essentially putting those last pieces of the puzzle together to make sense of what happened.
Authorities say they still believe the family's story, pointing to the 911 tape.
We looked everywhere, and then my son just said, "Being verified." He said, "Yeah, he went inside just before it went off."
And the anxiety many of them saw on the family's faces during the high-altitude drama at 8,000 feet. But the escapade has prompted Child Services to launch their own investigation, and neighbors are growing frustrated by the media attention.
He definitely likes the attention, I gotta say that.
On Friday, the Heenes released this home video, taken just before the balloon took off on its 50-mile journey, to dampen criticism. But other videos on YouTube reveal Richard Heene's aspirations to be famous.
Friends are telling me they're saying this and that. I have no idea what the news is saying.
For now, there continue to be more questions than answers. And if anyone thought Richard Heene would provide some today, they were left a bit deflated.
And we do anticipate at some point in the future there will be some criminal charges filed with regards to this incident.
Perhaps this is the media publicity that Mr. Heene was hoping to accomplish with his little scheme. This will certainly put a little bit of a kink in his extraterrestrial search program. Perhaps the aliens that he believes we were ascended from will bail him out of jail.